There's a lot of debate on this I saw today on Twitter. So apparently, Tim Cook did a video interview with some overseas publication. I don't know where, in some Asian country. Don't know specifics. But during the interview, the interviewee the interviewer, sorry, let me get my news terms correct. The interviewer asked Tim Cook about AR and VR, how there was a lot of interest in that region about AR and VR and what Apple was planning to do in that space. And Tim Cook, as any Apple CEO or any CEO would, sort of danced around the subject and said, yeah, we're really excited about the potential in the space. We've got AR kit apps and stuff like that. But he did say, just stay tuned for sort of what we have in this space or what our future plans are, something to that effect. He said, stay tuned. And if Tim says to stay tuned, I'm staying tuned. And there is debate online about this on whether or not that refers to Tim saying, hey, stay tuned because the headset's coming and see what we're going to do in this space that's going to be really incredible. Or some are like, oh, he's just referring to AR and VR in general. I don't think that's the case. I think he's sort of hinting at this. And I think that a January launch is looking more and more likely, which is super exciting.
Yeah, here's the direct quote. It's from it was an interview with China Daily, by the way. That's who he was doing the interview with. And his direct quote is, "I could not be more excited about the opportunities in the space. Sort of stay tuned, and you will see what we have to offer." He wouldn't be saying that if he's talking about like iOS 16.1 or something. You know, like this has got to be an actual product that we all know is coming, and yeah, interesting. I mean, it's not the first time that we've heard an executive kind of speak like this, where you know that they're trying to tell you without actually telling you. This is definitely one of those situations, I think.
It's sort of like when Joanna Stern asked Craig Federighi how the headset software for the headset is going, and he said, you know, on paper he says, I don't know anything what you're talking about, but his facial expression and his
the way he says
smile sort of, it's a not so well kept secret. It's sort of like, I don't know if you watched John Gruber's talk show live at WWDC. He sat down with Greg Joswiak and Craig Federighi, and they're talking about things. And on the subject of CarPlay, it did come up, and he sort of plainly stated that, you know, there are rumors that Apple is building their own car, and everyone kind of got a chuckle out of it, and Craig and Jaws laughed, and nothing was said, but there's a hint and an assumption that, yeah, Apple knows about it and we're not going to comment on it, but yeah, there's work being done. And that's sort of the same thing here. I think that Tim is sort of suggesting that, hey, something is coming. I'm not going to talk about it, but, you know, make of that what you will. But we all know, if you're following the news, this thing is coming.
Yeah, and they know that we know, and they know that we know they know. You know, it goes in a whole circle. I remember back in my Mac Rumors days, I went to the Apple campus. That was back when I used to live there. So I went there not often, but often enough. Just because I live so close, and it was cool. But I went to the store and was just talking to the people, and I think I bought something with like my Mac Rumors card, so it said Mac Rumors on it, and they said like, oh yeah, every single person that I know at this company, the guy that was working there, like every single person reads Mac Rumors, and we kind of like keep it as a secret. Point being that they know exactly what the rumors are, they know what people are speculating, they know that we know what they're working on. It's just kind of interesting. It's like just don't talk about it. It's something that we all know is going on. Just don't bring it up. Don't ruffle any feathers. But it's always fun when they kind of let it slip a little bit. They give us a little peek behind it. I mean, it's not much. It's not like we know what this thing is now, but hopefully that means if he's like, you could think of it in two senses. Obviously, we're reading way too much into this one sentence, but on one hand, you could say, well, he just said that because he has to say something, and they're obviously working on AR, so it's not that weird to say something's coming. Or you could look at it on the other hand, that the fact that he did say something means it's coming relatively soon, so he can say something. I don't know. But I guess tying it into another thing, VR goggles aside, or mixed reality goggles aside, apparently we get a rumor here from Jeff Pu, who is I'm trying to figure out where he's from, Haitong International Tech Research Analyst Jeff Pu. Apparently he says that AR glass, not the headset, the actual glasses like what I'm wearing now, should be coming, or they're in the development stage and could be coming as early as 2024. He says 2022, that's obviously not happening, but 2024, second half of 2024. What do you think?
No way. This is sad because I think if you had said this like 3 years ago, it made a whole lot of sense. And like that's always what we've heard is headset, maybe two headsets, glasses. But if the complications of the headset have caused this much of a delay, at this point the glasses are coming in like 6 years. So I don't know what it is. I mean, I guess to play devil's advocate to that, maybe the hard part was developing the tech and to getting it all to work together and the software. And maybe now that they've overcome that with the headset, it's easier to take those parts and transform it and shrink them down into glasses. That's a little bit more optimistic, and maybe that's 3 to 4 years away. 2 years away, no chance. If the headset launches in 2023, I think the earliest we could see glasses is probably, 2026? I think there's got to be at least, I'm going to guess, 2 generations of the headset before we see the glasses. And that would make me believe we're at least 3 to 4 years after the launch of the headset. Because, well, let's say we get the headset in 2023, we get the next iteration maybe by the end of 2024. So maybe that puts the glasses in 2025, 2026. And that's like at a pretty ambitious timetable. So I'm a little more skeptical than Jeff's timeline.
Yeah, me too. I guess my question really is, okay, if let's just they're developing this. We've heard rumors. I think John Prosser said he's actually seen them. So if that's the case, and we know this is coming, is this the same product as the Google View or whatever they're going to call it, the mixed reality headset, or is this just a completely different product?
I don't know,
because it's kind of weird to have two very similar but very different.
It is weird, and also I guess Apple probably doesn't plan for this, but let's say that the headset launches, and what if it isn't the commercial blockbuster that they expect it to be? What if, for whatever reason, this just doesn't catch on? Are they really going to go full steam ahead in this and like pour all these resources into a product line that might not actually have legs, or something that could drastically change? Or are they going to start with one thing and then see how it goes and then sort of go from there? I mean, I don't know the insights to the original iPhone. Maybe the story is different with the iPad, but you got to imagine that when the iPad launched, Apple had enough data from the iPhone to sort of say, look, like we know this has legs, we know it's good. Let's sort of get going on multiple cycles of this. Let's start with the first one. Let's get development of the second one going, and let's sort of go from there. And that makes sense. With the glasses, goggles, headset thing, I don't know if they have the data they need to make a refined second version. And I'm just sort of curious to see what if the response to this is sort of like the MacBook or the Mac Pro, where there's some fatal flaw and they have to scrap everything they've been working on to fix some issue that they didn't see and didn't catch until it was too late.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then the other question is like, okay, let's say maybe it could be the success, but really the glasses are the part that are the success. Because we've talked about this before, who in their right mind is going to be wearing this thing all around? This goggle version, not the glasses version, the goggles version, the mixed reality. Are you going to be wearing this around? Are you expected to be wearing it around? Do I need to, look at my directions while I'm driving while wearing this mixed reality headset? Or is this purely a in-home entertainment thing? Because those are two different things. The glasses, presumably, I wear those all day. Everything I do gets augmented in some way or another with different information. That makes sense. But how these relate is my question. Like, I almost want to go back to our original, like way back in the day, our original prediction, maybe not prediction, but our original hypothesis about what this could be, that maybe this headset is actually a developer kit of some sort. And it's not a real product.
I mean,
do you think that's possible?
Yeah. I mean, we've been hearing about this since like 2015. It's been a long time. There's been rumors on this, and it's hard to know what's true and what's false and where the direction is going. But, we had always speculated that there's got to be some sort of developer kit of this, sort of like there was for the DTK for the Mac. So, I mean, is it that crazy to think that maybe the launch is the glasses or some sleeker thing? Maybe we're so focused on this big contraption headset when that's not what it is. It's something way sleeker than that. The headset is just the temporary developer thing. I don't know. I think it's a very good point.
Hey, you made it to the end of this Apple Circle podcast clip, but there is a full episode. So if you want to listen to that, click the video over here. You can watch the entire thing Or if you're someone who just wants to listen in your headphones, we have the audio version, of course. Links for that, where you can subscribe and listen in your favorite audio podcast player, is down below. And last but not least, the Apple Circle channel, where we have many videos covering everything Apple, is also linked down below. So be sure to check that out and get subscribed.